We're on to the divisional round now. 2 steps away from playing on the biggest stage in sports. It's the Vikings going up against the Redskins. It's a cold one in our nation's capital. We're off to FedEx Field to hook up with our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. And yes, snow in our nation's capital. That's the story as we join you from FedEx Field here in Landover, Maryland. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Redskins.
All right, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll be first down, Redskins.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here we go now. 319. 319. Leopard. Leopard. Here we go. 319.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 on the gain there. And the Redskins are going to get a first down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now back to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Trey Waynes is a very aggressive cover corner player, learning how to add off coverage to his game.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, but points on the board first and let everyone start to celebrate.
They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second down following the run.
No. Check, Patriots. Now let's go.
And they'll run it here. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go now.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Well, the field goal obviously a little dicier here with the elements in the snow, but still right on the border of field goal range. So they're going to go for it. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a pickup of 17 there, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Red zone opportunity. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. He's going to get the football. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Set, move, landing. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Gone.
Now a shotgun snap is still, and that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. They find some open field here. And the ball is knocked out. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. They come out here in the eye.
Here we go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
This is taken at the 15. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Their dangerous wide receiver, 68 yards. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Thought he may have gotten away with one there, but the ref caught him, and it's holding. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. 10 yards still left on second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. They come up with 1 running back. That's Bell. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that leads to a Washington 1st down. So the D-line's going to spread out. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds, but that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Dancing to his left, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Being chased out left. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Sliding out of the pocket, and he's able to find Diggs. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And they will line up now for the 2-point try.
No. Patriot! All right, here we go. Green, 39. Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go. And a try for two is denied. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one to finally knock him.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll throw now on the final play. He's got time in the pocket, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of his first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And a great spot to start this drive from here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Now back to throw, and that is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and that brings up 4th down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Check, 93's the mic. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Crutch.
They'll set up a throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green. No. All right, here we go. Green, 19. Over.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays. Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Out of the gun now on third down. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They come out here in the eye. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Their big-bodied receiver, 44 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Still on his feet. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Double tight, guys, double tight. No, check. All right, here we go. Check. Lucky.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Oh, he bowls over it. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, It's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go. 3-19. Watch it now. Good.
He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And this one is right through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Rolling to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
Now let's go. Back to the
They'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Got to try it here. He's nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So out now come the Redskins. Now, they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. But now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. They get 14 yards there and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
6 yards to go here on 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Caught on the right side, Reed. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's 4th and 2, and you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage. So you have to be definite about your decision about where to go.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. And now out comes Minnesota. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way. And you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
All right, here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open air.